You ever get that feeling of déjà vu when you're watching a movie or reading a book? That sense that, hang on, I've seen this story before. Well, it turns out you're not wrong. From ancient myths to the biggest blockbusters, there really does seem to be a hidden blueprint, a kind of secret formula. And today, we are going to unlock it.
So to really get into this, let's just start with the big question that's probably on your mind.
I mean, really think about it. You've got the farm boy on a desert planet who has to go save the galaxy. You've got the young lion cub who's destined to reclaim his kingdom. Or the kid who finds out he's a wizard and has to take down this super powerful Dark Lord. The names, the faces, the settings, they all change. But that core journey, it feels almost identical. So what is going on?
Well, the answer, believe it or not, can be traced back to one single, incredibly powerful book. And this right here, this says it all. On the left, you've got this kind of academic-looking cover from the 70s. And on the right, a recent version with Luke Skywalker himself slapped right on the front. That is not a coincidence, my friends. That is a direct line.
Okay, so let's meet the man who cracked this code, the guy who saw the pattern hiding in plain sight.
So, back in 1949, this literature professor, Joseph Campbell, he puts out this book. And you gotta understand, it wasn't a how-to guide for writers. It was an exploration of the stories humanity has always been telling itself, across all cultures and all of time.
And Campbell's big idea? It was so simple, but at the same time completely mind-blowing. He basically said, look, if you study the myths from every corner of the planet, from ancient Greek legends to the tales of the Buddha, you realize they're all just different versions of the same fundamental story. And here it is, straight from the source. That's the essence of it, right there. The hero leaves their normal, everyday world. They cross into some strange, amazing new place. They face these incredible challenges. They win, and they come back with something important to share.
Campbell needed a name for this universal pattern, and he actually borrowed one from the famous author James Joyce. He called it the Monomyth. Mono meaning one, the one myth that wears 1,000 different faces.
All right, so what does this path, what people now call the hero's journey, what does it actually look like? Well, Campbell broke it down into 3 main stages.
It all starts with the departure. This is when our hero gets pulled away from their regular life. Then comes the initiation, which is the real meat of the story. This is where they face all the tests and trials in that new, unfamiliar world. And finally, you have the return, where the hero, who is now totally changed by the experience, comes back home.
And within those big acts, you've got these smaller steps that you will absolutely recognize. There's the call to adventure that kicks the whole thing off. Then they meet a wise mentor, right? Your Obi-Wan Kenobi, your Dumbledore. Then there's the road of trials, where they have to learn and grow. They face that ultimate ordeal in the bad guy's lair. And then they come back with a reward or some new wisdom to share with everyone back home.
Now here's where this gets really wild. How on earth did a dense academic book from 1949 become one of the most powerful tools in modern entertainment?
Well, the most famous case study, of course, is Star Wars. George Lucas has been very open about the fact that he used Campbell's Monomyth step by step to build Luke Skywalker's journey. And that decision, well, it pretty much changed movies forever. It gave his crazy space opera the timeless weight of an ancient myth.
But it didn't stop with Lucas. Get this, a Hollywood exec named Christopher Vogler boiled down Campbell's ideas into a 7-page memo for Disney animators. That little memo became a creative Bible, and it directly shaped some of the most beloved animated classics ever, like The Lion King, Aladdin, you name it.
And once you learn to spot it, you see it everywhere. It's Neo's journey in the Matrix. It's the entire Harry Potter saga from book 1 to 7. You even see it used in TV shows like Rick and Morty, and brilliant video games like, well, Journey. It's a blueprint that just works, no matter the medium.
But is it just a formula? I absolutely love this quote from the author Neil Gaiman. He said he started reading the book and had to stop, not because he didn't believe it, but because it felt too true. It suggests this pattern isn't just something you copy and paste. It's something deeply intuitive that great storytellers just tap into.
And its influence is just undeniable. We're talking more than 1 million copies sold, translated into over 20 languages. It's still required reading in film schools and writers' workshops all over the world. But here's the final twist, and honestly, it's Campbell's biggest and most important idea. He didn't think this pattern was just for superheroes and wizards in far-off lands.
He believed the hero's journey is actually a map for our own lives. It's a perfect metaphor for what it means to grow up, to leave your comfort zone, to face down your own dragons and inner demons.
and to come back from it all a little bit wiser and a little bit stronger. It is a blueprint for becoming who you're meant to be. As Campbell himself put it, a good life isn't about sitting still and staying safe. It's about having the courage to go on one hero's journey after another. Think about it. Every time you face a huge life change, starting a new career, moving to a new city, overcoming a fear, you're basically stepping onto that very same mythic path.
So, I guess the final thought I want to leave you with is this. If this ancient, universal story really is a map for a life well lived, then take a second and look at your own. Where are you on your adventure right now? Are you hearing that call to do something new? Are you in the middle of your own road of trials? Or maybe, just maybe, you're on your way back home with something amazing to share.